Premier League to kickstart. And soccer fans, more especially the fans of StarTimes Uganda Premier League, they have actually been waiting for the official kickstarting of the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. And also after a few days, that's when we'll also be seeing the kickstarting of the StarTimes FIFA Big League. But that's not the point of discussion we will be handling today. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. I am not alone in the studios of Western TV. I am together with Susie Linda, with whom we are going to break for you the content. We have a lot to give for you. And this is Whistle Time, the same program that comes on your way from Mondays to Saturdays. From the hour of 2 p.m. up to the hour of 3 p.m., the duration of the show is only 1 hour. But within the 1 hour, we always give you a lot of things that happens within the regions, within the various districts we have in the whole of the country. We take a look at the national stories. If there are continental stories there, we always don't leave them out before we actually finalize everything with what is happening in international sports. More especially in international sports, we take a look at what is happening in English Premier League, what is happening. In fact, the big 5 top European leagues, we always look at them. If there is a story coming from that part of Asia, we always touch it, plus the other stories that are coming from the South American football. First, giving you the highlights of the discussion. As we talk right now, the team of Ondoparka Football Club, they already at that side of Greater Nebi region, particularly in Zombo district, to play the return leg of the friendly match against the Black Angels. They came here, it was on Saturday, and that game had to end in a 1-1 draw. As I talk right now, and as I said, the whole team of Ondoparka Football Club, they already at that side of Barakoro Stadium, and the kickoff time of the game is actually 4 p.m. And also yesterday, the official kickstarting of the University League, where we saw one game on the card. It was between actually the defending champions, Uganda Matters, up against Bugema University. How the game ended, we'll also be talking about that one. And we have a couple of games to be played over the weekend. Today, we have a game tomorrow, and it will continue until the tournament comes to an end. Not only that one, as we said yesterday when we are doing the sports analysis, the summer transfer, ongoing summer transfer window for Africa very soon will be coming to climax, and the Ugandan teams, they are very active. Not only Ugandan teams, and also teams from the neighboring countries, they are very active to see that they lure the services of players. And as I talk right now, Sports Club Villa, yesterday they unveiled a certain player in the names of Elvis Ngonde. As Ngonde, today they have also unveiled another player, that's Gavin Kizito. Will be talking about that one. And also another stubborn team coming from Rwanda in the Premier League, and the rate at which they are signing players from Uganda is actually too much. And today they have also unveiled another Ugandan player, this time a left back, a player in the names of Derek Ndahiro. We'll also be doing discussion about that one. Actually, yesterday was the last day for the AFCON qualifiers, and one game was played. It was actually between our neighbors Burundi up against Cameroon. Cameroon taught them seriously, and it ended by 3-0. We'll be doing discussion about the AFCON qualifiers, how many countries have already sealed the qualification for the AFCON 2023. We always keep on repeating, it's still called AFCON 2023, but it will take place next year. What about international? The European Champions qualifiers in the ongoing international break is still continuing. Yesterday and yesterday, we had so many games. Italy winning, the likes of Spain, they are scoring goals for fun, and also Germany in one of the friendlies, at least winning without a head coach, and also England beating their neighbor Scotland. Unfortunately, Harry Maguire still continuing with his bad omen, as he scored an OG in that particular game. And also South American World Cup qualifiers, Argentina, Brazil, they are still winning their games. But for Chile, playing out a draw there, Uruguay. So these are the countries from South America that did play. And also the UEFA Champions League, the biggest league in Europe, is returning next week on 19th of this particular month, September. Is actually the opening games in the UEFA Champions League. The producer will help us to display the fixtures when we will reach an international break, and in the second stanza of the show, we will be picking some games and we will do analysis about those games, and also transfer stories that always continue to make headlines. Remember that there are still some countries where the summer transfer window is still ongoing, more especially Turkey. It will close on Friday, and they are still in the market to see that they add more players and also Frank Lampard, the former head coach and the player for Chelsea, who went to Everton as a head coach, has been linked with the job of Olympic Lyon. We will be doing all discussions, and if there are some breaking stories, we will not leave them out. We will always bring them for you. As I said, I'm not alone in the studio. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. As usual, I'm together with Susie Linda. Susie, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much, Benson, and good afternoon, I should say, Benson, and good afternoon, the viewer out there, I should say, you're most welcome, and this is Whistle Time. My name is Susie, like Benson had said. We have a lot of stories to discuss, and a lot more there is actually in store. Benson has given you an agenda, I should say, of course, the breakdown of some of the topics that we'll be discussing, and of course, putting it down there, starting, of course, with local stories, and then we get to cross to national stories, and then we finish the hour with, of course, international stories down there. It's very hot in Arua City, I should say. So if you're coming to Arua City, you can carry your sweaters, and maybe probably somewhere in the evening you'll make use of your sweater. But otherwise, for now, the town is yet very hot. The sun is hot. I can see Benson in a cotton suit. Maybe they always say weather knows smartness knows no works, no weather. Okay, I should say you're very smart, and yeah, the team behind this whole program, from the production to the camera and all that, I should say I appreciate you guys, and we should roll on, viewer. Don't you touch that remote.
Yeah, exactly. We have already given the program lineup. Susie, let's start it with the story that is coming within the region of West Nile. As I said, on the Paraka, they already in Barokoro to play the reverse fixture of the other friendly they had with the team by the Black Angels. The first leg of that game ended in a 1-1 draw, and it was actually played at the stadium of Onduparaka, that is the Ababet Gruna Stadium, and the reverse fixture is actually today, and the kickoff time is at 4 p.m. What are we expecting in the game? After the first leg of it ending in 1-1 draw, the two teams sharing the spoil. This time Onduparaka going away. And yesterday they actually unveiled one midfielder, great midfielder, a player they signed from a regional league team that plays in the central part of the country. The name of the team is, of course, Kazo United, and that one is a very big boost for Onduparaka Football Club. Just a day after the unveiling of this particular player, they are heading for a reverse fixture. Are we seeing them bouncing back from that draw and beat by the Black Angels that plays in the West Nile Regional League and in Nagaki Zone?
Onduparaka unveiled there is Oscar Brian, that was yesterday, Aniko Brian, I should say, that was yesterday, and his side plays in the Masaza Cup, down the other side, like you said, the regional cup. So Onduparaka, I think, is slated to pick a draw, because it's always hard, by the way, to pick a win in the Lulu land. That is very evident. We've seen a lot of teams from Arua going down to there is the Aluru land, and it's very hard, by the way, picking a win there. Apart from Leah FC, that has managed to pick a winner down in the Aluru land. These teams don't joke. They try so hard when they come this side of Arua and other regions, especially when they come to play. They try so hard to actually pick a draw. If they know that, if they're quite sure about the return leg, trust me, it's very hard. And I can confirm to you the players left this morning. There is the players and some management team over there is Onduparaka Football Club. They left this morning for there is a Paida to play at Barukuru, and I can confirm to you that the team by midday already were at Barukuru, by the way, there is in Paida. So they went there for the return leg, and I hope this time around the referee that actually officiated the game down in Onduparaka would not cross over to also officiate the same game in there is a Barukuru, because clearly Onduparaka was able to play that. Onduparaka scored first, and then by the Black Angels came in with there is an equalizer down there, but then that equalizer to me was not called for. I am not a fan of Onduparaka Football Club, but I am speaking this as a sports pundit that actually watched that game. You would literally see that I don't know what it is that came over the ref. There are too many yellow cards. I asked that, and you told me even at international levels, a referee can be able to award very many yellow cards. You told me that was ethical, but then to me some of those things are not uncalled for. If you look at Gama is one guy who is very calm. Gama was able to pick a red card in that game. So today I think Onduparaka crossing over for this return leg. I am looking at a draw for there is Onduparaka Football Club because it's going to be a tough one. Matches they unveiled one midfielder that was yesterday, Nico. Trust me, Onduparaka's midfield is now fully packed. They're okay. In the striking line, they only have a De Bruyne. Who else is there in the striking line? I don't see. Onduparaka only has one left back. There is Mungu Feni Jonathan that they are slated to sign from Aleo Football Club, commonly known as Vela, the captain over. There is a former captain over Aleo Football Club. That is the only left back that Onduparaka has. They have only one right back. So it's quite very hard yet for Onduparaka. They need to add on another left back. They need to add on another right back, and they also need to add on guys in the striking department to boost the likes of Vela in the left back and the right back, and then to also boost. There is a De Bruyne who only stands in the right in the striking line. To me, this game is going to be a very tough one for there is Onduparaka.
Yes.
The fans have not traveled. Paida is playing in front of their fans. Paida was lucky the other time when they came here, their fans moved in a full, very full, and then the Aluru community in Arua, we have a lot of them in Arua, so they came through to support there is their own. So look at in Aluru land, Barokoro. I don't know, we might be having Lubaras yes in the Aluru land, but they are quite very few compared to the Alurus that we have in the Lubara land. So by the Black Angels has a very high advantage of winning this game. One, they are home. Two, they know all the corners of Barokoro. Three, fans are there. Four, so Paida really, literally is of an added advantage compared to Onduparaka Football Club, unless otherwise that they will fight so hard to pick a win, but then it's going to be a very hard one.
Yeah, to me, I am looking at a 50-50 scenario in this particular game. There is one thing which is going to help Onduparaka in this particular encounter. Some of the players who never played in the first league of the encounter, they were having engagement in the FUFA drum playing for West Nile Province. This time they are coming back. The likes of Andama Jr. They have also unveiled another striker. I remember they unveiled him from Express. That's Faisal. That guy, we never know, he might be given the chance. And it's true, it has been something very hard for teams that are coming from Arua district and also Arua city to go to Greater Nebi region and pick the maximum number of points. I remember last season in regional league, it was only Arua city that surprised the whole of the people that are coming from Arua city after picking a result against by the Black Angels. It's true, these two clubs, they have been doing massive recruitment ahead of the new season. And Onduparaka, given some show statistics they have been having over by the Black Angels, I remember they have always been dominating the fixture when it comes to playing against the Barokoro-based club. I remember, if I may still flash back, when by the Black Angels they were playing in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, Onduparaka won home and away against them. They went to Barokoro, they collected the 3 points, and also here at Ababet. But this is a friendly game whereby Barokoro, like you said, this time they are at home, coming to Onduparaka, they will have that feeling. If they were able to travel away to Arua City and come back with a point, this time Onduparaka is going away to them, they having that feeling. They can be able to pick the 3 points against Onduparaka. As I said, I'm looking at one thing that may motivate the whole team against by the Black Angels, the return of the big boys from the FUFA drum. This may help Onduparaka. The game is at 4 p.m. and it's at Barokoro, the home ground of the Black Angels. Susie, leaving that story there, this time we need to shift our angle to another story, and we're actually looking at a tournament which started yesterday. It's actually Pepsi University League. And it was the day was opened by a game between Uganda Matters up against Bugema, and in the process Uganda Matters of course beat Bugema University by 3-1, and that's not the only game to be played this week. All that have been played this week, we still have a couple of fixtures, and today we have one game to be played, and it's a game between St. Lawrence University, as they will be sitting at home up against Kuba University. Still on Thursday, that's tomorrow, Esbat University of Kampala will be traveling away to Bishop Stuart University, and on Friday Kabale University will be having a date up against University of Kisubi, and the last game to be played over the week will be actually on Sunday, a weekend, 17th of September 2023. It will be a Kampala derby, as Chambogo University will be having a game up against Makerere University. I know people of West Nile, people of Arua City, they might be asking themselves where the fixture of Muni University is. Muni University, actually, they may play on Monday because they're in the same group with the Chambogo University and the Makerere University. If their game is taking place on Sunday, probably on Monday, that's when we will see Muni playing another team, and the emphasis is all about the defending champions, Uganda Matters University, that are defending champions after winning it against St. Lawrence. They aced them in the final of last season by 1-0. This time they have started it on a high gear. What are we expecting for them? Are we going to see them retaining the trophy again, plus the rest of the games?
It's going to be quite a very hard one. We've seen it's normally hard, by the way, for a reigning champion to defend the trophy. We've only seen that in there is secondary school games with the likes of Chitende. Budo also did the same, and then Chibuli also did the same, but time back. Those were some years back, and not the current one. Currently, it's Chitende still on fire, simply because maybe because of the financial advantages they have and all that. And then coming to there is the Pepsi University League. Benson, trust me, it's going to be hard. Therefore, the reigning champions to retain that cup, I should say. But then, if you see closely, all these other universities, like I said yesterday, all these other universities that missed the chances of probably going through some of the group stages to there is semi-finals and finals. Trust me, this time around they're going to come back bigger and stronger, very rejuvenated, and in a sense that they probably must have mastered some of the weaknesses last season that didn't make them go so far. And this time around, they are coming back to fight very hard. Every other university wants their name to go up. Everyone wants the institutional flag to go really very high. So I guess in points that this time around, we shouldn't be surprised if the defending champions won't push very hard to the high levels. And I don't know the coach of the different institutions, but trust me, these institutions should have also definitely gone in for the best people. I know Muni University would also love to go in for Samson Sizo Kuti that they used the last season, but then this time around he has too many responsibilities. Truly. The West Nile Province head coach, so the FIFA drum is on him, and then the big league is kickstarting very soon. They are starting on an away basis to there is to Lira, there is to play Black's Power. He's looking into that win, and then also the friendlies that Onduparaka is taking part in. So a lot of responsibilities are on Caesar. So quite it's going to be a little bit hard for there is Muni University. We saw them not doing quite well last season at the start, but then somehow after bringing in the services of Samson Sizo Kuti, they started performing. They were literally sitting at the bottom of the table of their groupings. So it's quite going to be hard, and this time around the University League games are going to be very interesting. They're going to be very hard, tough games, very tough clashes we're going to see and all that. But the bottom line is that we should learn. Students, wherever you're watching us from, we should learn. Chaos, hooliganism does not take us anywhere. We saw a lot of hooliganism acts last season. We saw a case in point was Makerere students went and started a fight. There is when they were playing this other institution in Wandegea, YMC. So and all that. Those hooliganism acts can actually lead to bans. And yet these games are freshen up your brains so that you be fresh for lectures and all that. So hooliganism does not take us anywhere. We should. This is for fun. We're playing for fun. These games do not take us anywhere. We just go in there to have fun and refreshen up and probably get the chance to meet with our fellow university students from other campuses. So we should go in for these games for fun. We shouldn't attach emotional feelings to them. It does not take us anywhere. Otherwise, the game is slated for tougher challenges ahead.
Yeah, Susie, thank you for that brilliant advice you have actually given to the students we have in the country. Hooliganism actually is not a very good thing in the game of sports. Actually, living the story of not living it, speaking something about little about Muni University, like you have said, they have not been performing a lot in the University League. They have actually been participants always. They have not been real competitors. Maybe we never know. This might be their year whereby we may see them going very far, and that's what we are expecting from them. because they have been participants. This time we expect them to be competitors. That's Muni University. Let's leave the story of University League. This time we need to twist our angle to another story. As I said, when actually we are giving the highlights of the discussion, or as the lineup of the discussion, I said we are only left with 2 days. Actually, I should say 1 day, because on Friday, the Star Times Uganda Premier League is starting the new season of 2023-2024. The fixtures we are drafted. And there is one game I am looking at, a tough game actually, a game between Sports Club Villa up against a newly promoted side, that's Chitara. To me, that game is a very hot one. Chitara, they have been preparing massively ahead of the new season. They are visitors, they are the new boys, and we never know, they might be coming as a competitor against some of the big teams that have been doing it. And Sports Club Villa, each and every day they are unveiling a new player, not only a player but a great player. Yesterday we saw them unveiling a certain player, Elvis Ngonde, but Lubaras will say Elvis Ngonde from Gaddafi, and also Chitara, almost they are unveiling 2 players in a week, and today they have also unveiled 1 player, that's Gavin Kizito, their former defender, but we'll talk about that one. But Susie, I want us to talk about this game before actually we discuss the rest of the games, maybe tomorrow as on Friday, the game between Sports Club Villa up against Chitara. These 2 sides, to me, they have actually done 50-50 in terms of preparing ahead of the new season. What are you expecting? Chitara, actually, they will be kickstarting the campaign with an away fixture up against the team I've just mentioned, that's the Jogos, Sports Club Villa.
It's going to be a very tough one. Chitara is new in the game, but they look prepared. They look very prepared. There is a financial-wise, player-wise, management-wise. They look very prepared for this very game, and I think Chitara is one team that actually we should be watching this season. If you look at the players, they have very experienced players. They have proven players. The management is quite so good. We've not had any issue. I was about to say we've not had a lot of issues. I don't know which one it is that we've had. We've not had issues containing or surrounding. There is a Chitara. We've not had issues concerning their players. So I think they're very much prepared.
Exactly.
And any team that they're going to play, even if apparently we're looking at the team as a giant, we cannot call them an underdog. Chitara is not an underdog, and whichever team is facing them should equally be prepared. Me, I wouldn't be surprised if Chitara beats the Jogos. So Villa have been there. They've been there for quite some time, and experience-wise, player-wise, management-wise, yeah, Villa has been there, but somewhere they are losing it out. They are sinking slowly, by the way. So I think they also need to get back to the drawing board to catch up the speed at which the newly promoted clubs to UPL, the trend they are taking, a few of the clubs need to go back to the drawing boards to actually catch up with the trend that these new guys are taking. We are not putting them as underdogs, no. Much as I would look at Villa here as a giant, but trust me, this is going to be a different one. The UPL is completely going to take a different trend. I am actually looking at that already. So it's going to be a tough game, and it is going to be a tough one for Villa to pick a win against Chitara.
It's true, it's going to be a tough one, Chitara, and the fact is, for you to survive in the top tier of Ugandan football, you need to be financially stable. That's why we have seen teams like Sports Club Villa, you talk about Vipers, KCA, URA, they are taking the trend. They have reached to the peak just because they are financially stable, and I'm seeing Chitara as being one of the teams that are financially stable. First of all, you look at the kind of the bus they are using, and some of the players they have gone for. They are going for players that are having experience, and also here in the country concerning football, a player will not sign for you if you don't have the money, and if there are players who are signing for you, those are players that are not to the standard of the players that the rest of the other teams are having. Chitara, they are very stable financial, they are having everything, but what matters is, can the technical team be in position to see? Can the technical team be in position to manage these players to see that they actually put something positive on the table for the team, that's Chitara. And we are still discussing about Ugandan football, and we are now heading to the world of transfer. And Villa, they have become very active in the ongoing summer transfer window. Yesterday, as I said, they unveiled another player. I don't want to mention the name of the player again. And today, they also unveiling another player. Also a great player, I should say. Their former captain and a defender, a versatile defender. You draft him in the heart of the defense, he will perform the work. And originally, he has been playing in the right-hand side of the defense. This player left them to join Egyptian side, that's Etihad. But because we have ever been repeating this one, once Ugandan players they go outside and outside the country and they remain within the continent of Africa, you always see the downfall part of it on them. His contract with the Etihad was terminated, and he has been actually training with the team Sports Club Villa, and have taken that opportunity to see that they reward him with a contract. And as we talk right now, this guy has officially rejoined the team, that Sports Club Villa. To me, I've seen Sports Club Villa resigning this player as a replacement for that Gift Fred, their captain, former captain, who has decided to join a side that plays in the league of Tanzania Young Africans, and Gavin Kazito has already rejoined the team, that's Sports Club Villa. How good is this one for the team of Sports Club Villa?
I think it's quite a very good one because this time around now Kizito will come to Vipers with a vast experience from playing outside. Much as he didn't last outside, we shouldn't really be surprised when our players cross outside and come back when they don't last and their contracts are terminated and all that. Because by the time a club outside is coming to sign a player in Uganda, trust me, they would have come in for the player because of the hard work and good kind of play that he does. But then when the player reaches out, it becomes hard for probably maybe the player to match in with his colleague players outside and all that. We've only seen our boys settling in Italy, maybe because there are some Lubaras there as well. We've not seen guys that have moved to Italy coming back so easily. They always finish with a contract and they're doing so quite well. So Gavin Kizito coming back to there is Vipers, I think it's going to be a very good one, a very good add-on to there is Vipers Football Club. And this time around, like I said, he has come with vast experiences, although he literally also had the experiences. First of all, if you look at Kizito, he's pacey, I should say, and he has all the tactical kind of play and all that. So adding up some little bit experience to his CV that he picked from out, I should say it's going to be quite a very good add-on for Vipers. And by the way, Vipers critically observes a player first before they give the player contract. So at the end of the day, if you attain a contract at Vipers, just know you're one good footballer, and no doubt about that.
Meanwhile, the Rwandan Premier League, they are dominating in the ongoing summer transfer window in terms of signing players from Uganda. And as I talk right now, they have also unveiled one player. The name of the team is Police FC. They have actually unveiled Derek Ndahiro, a left back from the team of Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club. And he's not the only player that has joined the Rwandan side. This season we have seen a number of clubs going to Rwandan Premier League. And normal, when we talk about Rwandan Premier League, most of the minds of people will go to Rayon Sports because that is the traditional club, the best club we have in Rwandan Premier League. But the rest of the clubs, they are saying, no, we cannot let everything to be dominated by Rayon Sports. That's why we have seen teams like Gasogi United. You talk about Police FC, they are very active in signing players. Derek Ndahiro, of course, officially has signed for a team called Police FC. And the new season of Rwandan Premier League has already kick-started. 3 games already been played, 3 rounds rather, I should say. Police, they have won 1, drawing 1, and picking defeat. That means they're having 4 points and they sit somewhere 7th on the log. Meanwhile, the team Gasogi United, they sit in top 4 with also 2 wins and plus a draw. That's Gasogi United for you. But the point of discussion is all about Derek Ndahiro leaving the team of URA to join Police FC. How good is this one for the team Police FC, and how bad is this one for the team that's URA?
25 years old. There is Ndahiro. I think he had a tremendous achievement while back at URA. We all saw him have all the chances that he played. He played quite a number of games while back at URA. And URA losing, there is Ndahiro, is quite going to be a very tough one for URA. They've lost, by the way, they've lost key players. I don't know why they're releasing all these good players. I really want to watch URA play as the season starts, just a few days too. So they lost even their very key and I should say most oldest player. There is our own from the side, the keeper. So Alionzina Fian. So it's going to be quite a little bit hard for there is URA by the way this season. Also losing out the hero to there is the Rwandan side. I don't know what it is these days in the Rwandan league. We are seeing a lot of our players, Ugandan players, crossing to there is the Rwandese league. The hero to police, I think it's going to be quite a very good one. We've seen our players are crossing just near here. They last. The hero will last. Whatever contractual years that he has signed there, he's going to last. I trust that guy, and he's very good, by the way. So police in Rwanda gains a very experienced player, a very good player, very tactical, and then a URA back home gets to lose a very key and phenomenal player. They will miss out his services.
It seems we have in the clubs called the police all over. In Uganda we have in police FC. In Rwanda there is police FC. You go to that side of Kenya, they have in police FC.
Because police is everywhere.
Actually, before we go for the first half break, maybe in 30 seconds, though we have been saying that most of the teams in StarTimes Uganda Premier League, they have been active. To me, I am looking at some teams that may suffer in the upcoming season because they have been dormant. They have only been active in the opposite part of the transfer, releasing their players. One team that is going to suffer in the new season, I am looking at Gaddafi, because they have been dormant. They have not been signing players, but they have really releasing players, and they released a couple of good players. I remember one of the players is their defender, Bokokwera, who has gone to Rwandan Premier League, Gasogi United, and also Elvis Ngonde, who has left them to Sports Club Vipers. And another team I am looking at is the team of Express. They have also been dormant. They have not been signing players. Maybe in 30 seconds, which team to you, which teams to you has been dormant and may suffer in the upcoming season?
A lot of teams. We only saw very few teams are playing friendlies. Rahil tried, but at the sides they were playing, we are not competent. KCCA, yes, they have been active. Vipers, yes, they've been active. Bull even played friendlies. A lot of teams have played friendlies. But then the likes of Gaddafi go down to even these newly promoted sides. Did you see them playing any friendlies?
No.
I did not. I only saw them doing transfers, not even a lot of transfers. So they seemed very contented with the squad or the kind of play they had back in big league. And I think they think that was enough, and they will just have to push through to UPL with the no way. You people, UPL play is very different from a big league kind of play. So a lot of teams are going to play, but to me teams seem to be very ready for that is UPL. We'll look into some of the less prepared teams ahead of the clashes over the fixtures, the first fixtures. They definitely will be able to gain to know that this team did not prepare very well. Because if we get to mention some of these teams right now, we'll receive attacks. So we're just leaving it there. Probably we'll get to know these teams from the results of the first and second games. There definitely we'll be able to defend ourselves from the results and the type of display that they will put across their fixtures. Even
like you have said, in Bara City, they have just been sitting at the veranda, clutching their hands. Arue Hill, they have been hiding themselves in the kitchen. With that, we have come